Hello all, welcome to the next video here in the Onion Man's Rooftop 2 at a Cal Caravan of Treasure, and sometimes barter. And this time, we are taking a look at the Major Wrestling Figure Pod Super 7 figures. Brian Myers and Matt Cardona, a.k.a. Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, oh my god. Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder, Brian Myers, Matt Cardona, there you go. So more wrestling figures from Super 7. We're going to see how these ones turn out. And then that's pretty much all I got in terms of wrestling out of Super 7. Everything else I have left to unbox from Super 7 is either Thundercats or Ninja Turtles. The two better of the lines of all the toy lines they have, those are the two better ones. Ninja Turtles being the absolute number one line Super 7 has. They do fantastic with those. And then everything else it just feels like is below it. I'm hoping these are good. It's funny because I've already unboxed those New Japan Super 7 figures. I did all of Wave 1 and then Evil and Naito out of Wave 2. And when Wave 1 came out, one of the first people to get the figures and unbox them were the Major Wrestling Figure Pod. It was Matt Cardona, Brian Myers, and Mark Sterling. And as they were unboxing them, the sheer look of disappointment that was on Matt Cardona's face was so telling. And you could tell it's because they had already signed to have their figures through Super 7. And it was almost like he was having a panic attack. Like, I can't believe we signed with them. And you can tell like they're forcing some good review out of it, but it's like, oh. Yeah. I looked at the Evil and Naito figures. In my opinion, Super 7 wrestling figures, with New Japan Wave 1 was a thumbs down, then Evil and Naito were a thumbs in the middle. They went from being trash to mediocre. Hopefully, the Brian Myers, Matt Cardona figures are better. I've heard Brian Myers and Matt Cardona were very hands-on in the development of these figures, which I would hope because they're such big toy collectors themselves. I would hope they were like going through every step of the way, making sure everything was good before and approving everything before it just went in. So that's my hope. I have very high hopes for these figures. I'm a big fan of the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. I was especially a big fan when they did their Bone Cruncher draft and they were booking their own shows. It was great. So really hope these are good. And yeah, I'll do Brian. I'll start with Matt Cardona. Again, same shipper style box. I like this box right out the gate. It comes in plastic and everything. Because it's, like I said, they were so involved in the process. Like, here's the gear we want. Here's how we want them to look and feel and all this other. It was great. All the way down to the box, which is fantastic. The design on this box is awesome. It's basically their logo on his kind of internet championship style belt. It's got like the purple and blue lightning. I've always liked Matt Cardona's color schemes. Yeah. Awesome. Does it actually come off? It does. I think this belt comes off of the slipcase. Yo. That's cool. Hold on here. Oh my god. Okay, so there reveals the name, and you have like a tiny cardboard belt, and it even like has a thing to put a strap on and every. Oh, that sounded bad. A thing to like hook it together. That's cool. It's just tiny cardboard, but I like that. Thumbs up for that. This is one of the cooler packagings for Super 7 by far. And then you got his logo, the Matt Cardona logo. Kind of a longer box than we've seen from Super 7. Definitely taller. Okay. Out of the gate, it doesn't look horrible. There you go. The back if you want to pause and read it. All right. Yeah, we're definitely gonna get into this guy. Hope for the best, huh? Looking at it in box, everything looks good except for maybe these head sculpts. That's why I kind of did a bit of a double take. I'm not sure how I feel about these head sculpts. I gotta get them out of the box. They look good, not great. And a couple of them don't even look good. I'll just go ahead and say that. The back has like that same lighting effect we've seen with other wrestling figures, except his are like purple. So kind of cool. That'd look good for Undertaker if you really wanted to get down to it. Right out the gate, we got some alternate hands. Looks like you got some closed-fisted hands and some mic holding hands. They did paint the tape on these ones, so good. Step up there. Why do they make the bubbles on these so deep? Oh, that's not good. He's got a Major Wrestling Figure Pod microphone, but it is severely bent. So way to go, Super7. That's why you don't pack stuff in such deep bubbles. And it's hard plastic too. Like if you try to bend that back, it feels like it would break. You're actually going to have to heat that up. Not too big of an issue, but still one of those things that's just like, really? This is what I noticed right out of the gate here that is so good and an upgrade from something before. We have money, and it's very similar to the Okada money we have, but these are actually detailed with Cardona's face. Like the sides of it still just look like a hunk of plastic, but still, at least they put like little decals on them. Massive upgrade from the Okada dollars, which were horrible. One of the worst accessories of all time. It just looked like bricks of pudding. We've got the dog tags. Major Wrestling Figure Pod dog tags. It's just kind of is what it is. Nothing too special there. He comes with a tiny figure. So it's his figure, but it's like a mini figure. Very like nondescript. But, I mean, you don't need too much. Kind of cool. It kind of reminds me of in the more recent Mortal Kombat games. Johnny Cage has his own figure. We'll get all the alternate heads out here before I get into the actual figure. First off, we have like this weird tongue out head. Decent. They got the hair and the beard down. I don't know if this head is more... I don't know what this is. Not the best Cardona likeness, let's be real. We have like a kind of standard just smiling head. I think this one looks better. I really don't know why. I don't know if it's because the mouth isn't all weird and open or what, but it does look better. It's not great by any means, but it's a better likeness than the first alternate head. And then we have the one with the hat, which if you ever watch their pod, the video of their podcast, this actually probably is the better looking head out of the three so far. Still not perfect though. The hat is good. It's black and purple with the yellow lettering. So they actually detailed the hat nicely. Alright, we're getting into the figure itself. Twist ties bidet because I have scissors. Got that done. Alright. His arms are up in like the woo 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 pose. So just kind of straighten him out here. Apologies, he had a lot going on here. Ew. There's like an oily feel to the boots. Hold on. Alright, first off, there's the head sculpt. Again, it's definitely not perfect. This actually kind of looks like a weird... God. I don't know. I'm getting like a weird Tommaso Ciampa vibe off of that. Anyway, like Tommaso Ciampa with hair. Here's the These are the hands he comes equipped, the woo-woo hands. Anyway, beyond that, the detail looks great. They got the kick pads down. They got his tattoos on his leg down. They did the silver and black boot, which is pretty cool. The detail on the knee pads, and then the inner knee pads, which are nice. He's wearing like the kind of Canadian tuxedo top here. Always ready. The shorts look great. Kind of has a Nasty Boys inspired look to it with the paint splatter. Also has the always ready look. The tape is well painted. Everything about this is good. They even got the chest hair down pretty decently. Probably could have made that a little darker, but it is what it is. I did notice, like, coming out of the box, the bottom of his boots have like an oily feel to them. It's weird. I'm gonna have to take a microfiber cloth to that. He stands well. He's a little bow-legged inward, but it's not too bad. I think that's just Super 7 with their jank joints. His torso is not swiveling either, kind of like the New Japan figures. And if it is, it's going to take it. Like, it looks like it does, but I don't want to break it if it doesn't. I need to go and check that. Yeah. Overall, better. Much better. Just in terms of the quality, the feel of him, there's no weird paint app issues. Is the head perfect? Are the heads perfect? No. I'm actually going to swap one out. Hold on. Okay. I like this kind of smiling head. I actually think that's probably the best one. Ooh. Hello there. Oh, that's rough. That is hard to get in there. Come on. Okay, there we go. Wow, that head would not like pop on. I probably could have heated it up and got it on a little bit better, but I'm fine. It's on now. It's on. Okay, we're good. I like this one a lot better. This one looks better. So yeah. With this head, I like it. And this is cool. This is cool. I gotta admit, the packaging on him was great. My dog's barking. I don't know why. Anyway, yeah. Massive thumbs up. This is a big upgrade from previous figures of wrestlers, which I fully expected from. I shouldn't say I fully expected it, but I'm happy because I'm sure Brian Myers and Matt Cardona really went out of their way to make sure these were good. So yeah. Okay. Next up, we're moving to Brian Myers. So, yeah. And then we'll kind of go from there. Sorry, closing my door because it was getting loud. Some people showed up. Alright. So his has got the same type of packaging, only it's in his coloring. So like his color scheme. So you got the orange and blue. It's a little bit more of a purple than a blue. I know he's a big like Mets fan, New York, all that stuff. But this looks more purple than it does blue, to be honest. It looks like it has the same little belt on it that you can take off, just obviously in a different color. So I'm going to slide that off. Ooh, it's getting loud. Somebody's crying. Sorry, this is like on there way tighter than the other one. Try not to tear it. There you go. Same thing. I like it. It looks nice. And then you got the Myers logo. So cool. Okay. There you go. Once again, everything looks great except for the head sculpt. So I'm going to have to take a closer look at those. Scratch that figure itch. Nice. There's his little bio on the back if you want to pause and take a read. Cool. I actually think Myers is cooler than Cardona. Not so much that he's like a bigger star or anything like that, or the better wrestler. I just think he's like more chill, more down to earth, more calm, collected, whatever. Matt seems like he gets a little high strung sometimes. And the reason I say that is because one time wrestling came to my town, they actually did it at like our little event center and all that stuff. And I saw Myers and Cardona in Walmart, at my Walmart. And I just happened to pass by them because I went that day before the show, and I was like, oh, I'm just going to go see if there's any wrestling toys. This is when I first kind of started getting back into collecting. They were both there. And Matt Cardona was like, I went up, I was like, I'm huge fans. I listened to your podcast, all that stuff. This was when they were with WWE, before they got let go a couple of years ago. And they were both very friendly. And then Cardona just kind of like was doing his own thing. And I don't know, I don't want to say ignoring the situation. But then Brian Myers was like really friendly and like, hey man, do you know like when your Walmart gets stocks? We always try to ask people and compare them to other places. Like he was like actually talking and having a conversation with me, and Cardona was just off in space, like he didn't care. I still like Matt Cardona. I'm sure he had reasons, and maybe he's just one of those guys who doesn't want to be bugged, which is fair. I actually agree with most celebrities when they say they don't like talking to fans and stuff. Fair enough. That's your prerogative. But Brian Myers was like way cooler, way nicer, and like actually had a whole conversation with me for like 5 minutes. So, same thing, orange lights in the background this time though. So, that's my little story of how I actually met them. Okay, let's get some stuff out of here. First things first, he has like his COVID Brian Myers mask, which is actually a pretty cool idea in my opinion when all that was happening. Oh my god, we're missing a hand. Did it fall out? Hold up. Wait a minute. I got 3 alternate hands here. They're wrapped and everything, so good. I am missing a hand. Did it fall out? Okay. I guess I'm just missing a hand for the Brian Myers figure. I didn't even notice it in the box. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the video and see. So that sucks. I am missing one of the alternate hands. There's just not another one in there. Whoa. Wasn't expecting that. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the video and see if it was in there before I took it out of the box, and if so, then that means it just fell out when I pulled it out. But I don't see it anywhere on the ground near me. Not on me. Wait, hold up. What's that? Ah! Under the trash bag. Okay, we have all the alternate hands. I was about to be kind of upset there. We got the dog tags again. The microphone he came with is way better looking. It is not bent at all. So, at least we got one good microphone out of the 2. There's also his tiny little figure. I like that. That's a cool little piece. McFarlane, I think, copied that when they did the Johnny Cage figures recently. Pretty sure these came out first. I might be wrong on that. Oh, the hat with the head on it did not want to come out. So first alternate head, we got like his man bun head. It's decent. Again, it's not perfect. I'm almost getting like a Chris Hero vibe off of this. Like Chris Hero and Sami Zayn had a baby. Interesting. This one's almost cross-eyed. Huh. Then we got the head with the hat on it. This one also kind of has a weird cross-eyed thing going on. Same hat, only backwards. He's in the box doing like his Tommy Dreamer Raven pose. But it has a twist tie, and twist ties be damned because I have scissors. Alright. Alright. Get them all straightened out here. Also, today, the day I am filming this specific video, is an interesting day. I'll get into it here in a minute. I don't want to slow down this video per se. There we go. He looks good. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of this head sculpt. It's kind of weird screaming head, but it might be the best one of the bunch, honestly. He's got the blue and orange, obviously the New York Mets, New York Knicks kind of colors. He's got his jacket, Brian Myers. On the bottom it says, just says pro wrestling, and then it has like a little year, and it's actually kind of scratched out. I liked his like the most professional wrestler gimmick in TNA when he came back to Impact. One of the few things I actually did like, this is very reminiscent. Like if you take off this coat, it's very reminiscent of his Elite. Like the one Elite he got when he came back, which was also a Chase variant. He had an all black one too, which I never got, but I got the blue one. It looks decent. I like it. The detail and everything on his pads and everything, it's got kind of like that Edge flair to it. Obviously, Edge was a big mentor to both guys. The knee pads look good. They kind of carry over into it. The kick pads actually have really good detail and paint. There's no real paint app issues or anything. They even got the strap on the bottom of the boots down, which is really cool. Yeah, massive, massive upgrade from the New Japan figures. And he stands, so perfect. There you go. Yeah, these are massive upgrades from the New Japan figures. So with this head sculpt, this figure looks really good. With the Brian Myers ones, I got to figure out which head sculpt I like the most because I don't think any of them are too good. And that's really the only issue. Because like if you could get like a custom head or maybe even use one of the Mattel heads, I don't know if they'll scale properly with this, but and snap it on there and like the skin tones and all that too, then it'd be perfect. These are massive, massive upgrades from the New Japan figures, so I'm giving both of these a big thumbs up. We have moved up in the wrestling figure realm from the New Japan Wave 1 figures and like the first Andre the Giant figures, which I think were legit thumbs down figures, to Evil and Naito, which were thumbs in the middle, to the Major Wrestling Figure Pod. I'm giving a thumbs up. I like these, other than some wonkiness with the head sculpts. So Super7 redeeming themselves here, and plus these like are really cool that come on the boxes. The presentation, everything, these are by far the best Super7 wrestling figures. I did not get the Good Brothers. I don't plan to. I probably won't get Wave 2 of the Wrestling Figure Pod figures either, but I do like these a lot, so good on them for making improvements. And that's it for this video. If you like the video, please do a like, comment, subscribe. You do not have to if you do not want to, but I always appreciate anybody who does. And I will catch you guys in the next video.